Hello, welcome to the first of a new series of videos that I've been thinking about creating for some time, but finally got around to today. You see, about a month ago, I achieved one of my great life's ambitions and passed my practical exam and got a private pilot's license. Just today, I received this in the mail from the FAA, which I haven't opened yet, but it appears to have a plastic card in it. I believe it's the official private pilot certificate. I've been flying around for the past month with a temporary airman certificate that just looks like this. But now I'm going to have the official plastic card, and I'm very excited about that. It feels much more official now. So this new series of videos is going to be called Private Pilot After 50, or maybe just Pilot After 50. This series is going to cover my experience of becoming a private pilot at a pretty advanced age for pilots compared to when people usually start down this path. This is something I wanted to do when I was about 16 or 17 years old and didn't get around to it until after 50. So it was a humbling experience. It proved to be more challenging than I expected. It was exciting at times, fun at times, and an absolute slog, and grueling and miserable at some other times. But I finally got it done, as I say, a month ago. Got my official card in the mail. And I want to talk a little bit about some costs. It cost a lot more than I expected for the lessons, for the plane rental, for all of the incidental expenses, one of which is a general aviation headset. So I've been flying for well over a year now with a David Clark headset like this that cost me about $350, $375, something like that. But in order to carry passengers, I need headsets for everybody that's going to be flying with me now that I've got my pilot certificate. And they're really expensive. So with 3 passengers, that's $1,000 and $300 a pop for headsets. So I was looking for some more affordable options, and that's not even, this David Clark isn't the top of the line pilot headset. If you want to get a Bose I forget the model number. The top of the line Bose headset runs over $1,000. It's got Bluetooth and it's wireless. It's very, very fancy, active noise canceling. But that's a little bit out of my budget right now. Anyway, since I had to buy additional headsets for passengers, I started looking at cheaper alternatives. eBay was an option, buying some used ones. I got a couple of those. And Amazon is a way to look for competitively priced headsets. But I thought, I had a notion and decided to look into it. Since Walmart tends to be the cheapest place to buy a lot of goods, I decided I didn't expect them to even have them. But I looked at their website, and lo and behold, Walmart stocks an $84 general aviation headset. Is it any good? I don't know. But for $84, I figured it was worth a try. I'm not going to wear it anyway. It's for my passengers, so it's probably going to be good enough for them. That also arrived the same day that my plastic private pilot certificate arrived from the FAA. I haven't even opened it yet, so I figured for my inaugural Pilot Over 50 video, I'd unbox it with you so we can experience the joy together, and we'll see what kind of quality this thing looks like. And tomorrow, I'm actually going to be taking it up with my niece and nephews, and I'm going to put it on one of their heads, and I'll ask them how it worked out for them. I'll let you know. So, all right, now we'll get to opening up this Walmart $84 headset and see what it looks like. All right, first thing I see here is it says noise canceling on the box. Now, all aviation headsets are going to be noise canceling to some extent by the padding that goes around them, and it's kind of necessary because general aviation airplanes are pretty noisy, but this is not an active noise canceling headset like the fancy $1,000 Bose set that I mentioned. But neither is my David Clark that was $350, and it works quite well. Good old bubble wrap. Comes in a Ziploc bag. resealable for easy returning, I guess. Some silica gel. Some cord is detachable. You can see that it is a dual plug General Aviation headset. This is part of what makes the General Aviation headsets a little more expensive, I think, is that they are unique in their connections, and they're really only good for one thing, and that's flying small single engine airplanes like a Cessna. So there we go. It's a pretty sturdily built feeling headset. It seems like it's got good padding around the ears, flexible microphone that's pretty similar to the arm that's on my David Clark headset. It seems like good cushioning on the top. It easily slides to adjust. Volume knob on the side. So there's about a 5-pin plug here that's got to go in to the bottom of one of the cans. Alright, that fits in easy enough. And there's the dual General Aviation plugs. Now, unfortunately, I can't test the audio quality of this because I don't have an airplane handy to plug it into, but I will tomorrow. I'm going to put this on the head of either one of my nieces or nephews tomorrow when we go up in the plane for a little fun sightseeing flight, and I'll report back from there on how well it works. And first I'm going to open up this letter that I received from the FAA. And it does appear that, yes, indeed, that is my new official private pilot plastic certificate. Just going to have to sign the back of that and stick it in my wallet. It doesn't have a photograph on it, so this needs to be carried with some other government-issued photo ID. Well, that is a official private pilot certificate right there. I'm super psyched about it. It doesn't say student on it. It's the real deal. Well, at this point, I've given these Walmart headsets a couple of shots to prove themselves. I've strapped them onto the heads of my nephew and another passenger, an adult passenger. Both of them seem to have trouble with it. When I had my nephew, I suspected that maybe the trouble he was having had to do with the connection in the back seat of the Cessna 172 that we were in. So I gave her another shot and tried it out with an adult, and she found that it was difficult to get it to fit her head. It was kind of squeezing her head, so it might be better for kids. But I found the microphone to be pretty lacking in sensitivity. It was she had to speak very loudly into the microphone for me to hear her. Other than that, she seemed to be able to hear fine on them. But the microphone definitely seems to be a problem, and fit might not be great for adults because so she said it was squeezing her head like a vice, and no adjusting could correct that situation. So for $85, maybe it wasn't such a bargain that I initially hoped it would be, but it was worth a shot, I guess. I'm still going to give them a try myself before I throw them in the dumpster. But so far, not getting good results from the generic Walmart headset. Alright, so that'll wrap this first ever episode of Pilot After 50, where I will chronicle some of the trials and tribulations, and as well as some of the victories I experienced in my odyssey to become a licensed private pilot after the age of 50. I'll cover some maneuver training and maybe some do's and don'ts, medical stuff, whatever comes to mind that I think might be helpful to an upcoming pilot. You don't have to be over 50 to get something out of this, I don't think, but it's especially geared towards that demographic. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to hear about in my odyssey of becoming a pilot after 50.